Taylor, put it on the poll right now at Stugotz 790. Who is the boss in our relationship? Is it Taylor or is it me? Just put who's the boss, me or Taylor? Because I spoke to you like an hour ago and I was ready to go, ready to record. I'm on vacation, by the way. I'm with my family. You know this. And I called you and I said, I'm ready and I'm ready right now. And you said, okay. Then you hung up the phone and you said, I need an hour. And I'm like, you need an hour? I'm your boss, and I'm the one who's on vacation, yet it is you who needed an hour. You know what you did there, right?
Yes, I do know what I did, but the dilemma that I ran into is I didn't know, since you are on vacation, what your schedule is going to be. So
Sure.
for me, I was like, hey, this is a great time to take my dog to the groomers.
Right. My vacation is your vacation, is what you're saying?
Yes, essentially.
Yes.
So
Right.
I drop my dog off at the groomers. The second I drop him off, it's a 20-minute drive there, 20-minute drive back. So
Right.
figure 40-ish minutes. When I do that, now I'm waiting for, when I get back home, I'm waiting for the groomer text to be like, hey, let's come pick him up. I don't want to
Right.
keep him waiting there too long.
Sure.
Now, the problem is, once I got back, you were like, hey, I'm ready to go. About an hour into that 2 hour wait. The second I said, okay, let's go, I get a text from Petco saying, hey, Oakley's ready to get picked up. So that's when I texted you, hey,
Right.
I need like an hour for this commute going back and forth getting the dog. Smells
All right,
great.
now,
By the way.
now put it on the poll. Who's the boss, Oakley or me? Okay? Seriously. But I was ready. I don't care that fucking Oakley was ready. I was ready to go, and you chose Oakley over me. I mean,
What I should have done was just start a Zoom and just let your monologue go and be like,
Yes.
okay. And by the time I get back, you're finished talking about whatever it
you
is.
think at the age of 52, I have an hour monologue in me? What do you think? I'm Hank Goldberg? I mean, the hammer. What is the matter with you?
Chris Paul signed with the Clippers. I thought maybe you had something
Really?
there. Yep.
Wow. Did he really?
Yep. And
Reunited.
Bradley
Rob City. I mean,
Bradley Beal is giving up the number 3 for CP3 because Bradley Beal is also there.
let me tell you, that's a terrible job by Bradley Beal. You do not give up a number for a guy who's never won an NBA championship, for a guy who's never been to the NBA Finals. Bradley Beal has done as much. In fact, I think he's made more money, but Bradley Beal has done as much with his career as Chris Paul has done with his. They both have no titles.
I think some of the thinking there, though, is Bradley
Terrible.
Beal is like, hey, my time in Phoenix was an absolute disaster.
Yeah.
I'm going to the Clippers. This is a time for a fresh beginning, a new start for me. Let's not start it off on the wrong, where nobody calls him, BB3. People call him
Right.
CP3. Like CP3 he's grandfathered into the number 3 no matter what team he goes to.
That's not true. I mean, look up number threes in the NBA and let's determine where CP3 would get his number 3 back if he decided to join that team. I want number threes because he does not. No, he does not automatically get the number 3 just because he shows up on that team. Like if he showed up to Miami when Dwayne Wade was playing there, you think Dwayne Wade is handing him the 3? Get out of here.
Allen Iverson.
No 3. But how about current number 3s? Do you have current number 3?
I'll look that up. The list I was initially on was trying to see where he ranks in the number 3s, like John Starks or CP3. I think I'm going John Starks there.
I am. Made it to the finals.
Chauncey Billups.
Mr. Big Shot. I mean, he won a title. Won 2 titles, didn't he?
Stephon Marbury.
I'm taking Marbury.
So now that I'm talking it out,
Yeah.
he is dropping.
Well, you realize
Further
what an
down the
ass you
list.
sound like. And so does Bradley Beal. I mean, Bradley Beal. My guess is Bradley Beal has made more money in his career than CP3. I could be wrong though, right? I probably am wrong.
I'll look that up.
But okay. But number 3s, it's not a slam dunk that Chris Paul just shows up. Not at this age, dude. Like, no, Chris Paul just gets to show up and take whatever number he wants. He hasn't earned that. There's only one guy in the history of basketball who's earned that. You know who that is. I mean, jeez.
Michael Jordan.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
The career earnings. What was your guess? Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal has made more than Chris Paul.
They've both done quite well for themselves in this new era of the NBA and the salary cap, where somebody like Devin Booker is getting $75.5 million a year with his new extension. But Chris Paul, career earnings, $400 million.
Wow.
Bradley Beal, $318 million.
Right. Beal's got more time, though. I mean, right? Chris Paul has like a year or two left.
Chris Paul has announced.
Titles.
He's announced this is it for him.
This is it.
This is the final season, which is why people think this won't be LeBron's final season, because he doesn't want to share the spotlight with somebody like Chris Paul. Like, if LeBron's going out on his own terms, the farewell tour, he's getting the stop at every city, the applause.
Right. LeBron wants it all to himself.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to share time with Chris Paul. Chris Paul would gladly share time with LeBron James.
Yes.
I'm agreeing with you.
Yes.
LeBron James wants that retirement tour all to himself.
Yes.
He wants a year-long celebration of LeBron James. Not Chris Paul, not anyone. Just LeBron James and maybe Bronny. I mean, and that's about it, right? So the Clippers have Chris Paul.
Yep.
Okay? And they also have Bradley Beal.
Yep.
Did they add anyone else? Like, what else has happened with the Clippers?
Let me see. Let me look up the Clippers.
They lost
roster.
Norm Powell. They lost Norm Powell to the Heat. They still have Kawhi Leonard. They still have Zubac. The Clippers. Wow. And possibly the best head coach in the NBA.
They still have James Harden, of course.
Right. They have James Harden. So it's wow.
They've added a Bogdanovich.
A Bogdanovich, right? One of them retired. The other one's now in LA.
And
so they have
Nicholas Batum is always he's always lingering in Los Angeles.
Right. He's always good for a big playoff game. Paul and Beal. I combined Bradley Beal and Chris Paul. So Paul and Beal. That's the starting and then it's going to be Kawhi, Harden.
Wow, they also added big acquisition, John Collins.
Really?
Yep.
I have his number.
Really?
He's a big soccer fan. It's been on Stupidity. It's a random number to have, I know.
What's he? You just know he's a big soccer fan because he was on Stupidity?
Well, he's a big fan of me and Dan. He grew up in South Florida, listened to our show growing up. And so when I asked him to come on, he was very excited to come on because he had been listening to us his entire childhood, growing up. And so he came on. I think he came on twice. I think he joined Mike Ryan and Chris Whittingham on their soccer show at some point. But I have his number if we want all access to the Clippers. Okay.
I just looked up his Wikipedia. He's a big Premier League football fan, and he's an avid supporter of Chelsea. So
right,
that lines up perfect. And he attended Cardinal Newman High School in West Palm Beach.
Right. Yes. And he's a big fan of ours. So
friend of the show. I can't wait to tell him.
I'm sending you his number right now. By the way, I don't want to put any added pressure on Chris Paul, but I think the Clippers are going to win a championship.
Really?
What a lineup. Listen to me. Chris Paul, Bradley Beal, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, and Zubac. That I'm telling you, Taylor, that's as good as any team in the West. I'm including Houston. I'm including the Nuggets. You don't think they're good? Plus Tyronn Lue.
I think I don't have the prisoner of the moment that you have. Mostly because I've watched Bradley Beal the past year or so.
Yeah.
He might be cooked.
Really?
He might be cooked. I don't want to officially put that mark on him, but it's something I'm keeping an eye on, and I'm thinking he's cooked. But I just looked up an article from ESPN's Kevin Pelton, and he awarded the Clippers an A grade this offseason.
Wow. And just like that, Bradley Beal is back. Seriously, which starting five would you rather have? Would you rather have the Nuggets or the Clippers? Again, let me say these names. Some of them, great 15 years ago, but still, it's a decent, solid starting lineup. Chris Paul, Bradley Beal, who Taylor just said was cooked, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, and Zubac. Whew. That's the second best starting five in the West, I think, behind Oklahoma City.
Okay.
Is that fair?
I think it's kind of a situation right now where Ty goes to Jokic.
Ty goes to the Joker? Yeah. How about Houston?
Houston, Izzy was kind of pushing this Houston narrative too, where it's like, when was the last time Kevin Durant went to a team and made them a legit title contender? It feels like we're like 3 or 4 years since Kevin Durant has gone to a team, and then you're like, wow, that team should be, taken very seriously. But now that he's going to this young Rocket team, it's kind of sparked back all those memories for people being like, you know what, Kevin Durant could still do it, when we saw a team of him, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal not be able to stay together health-wise. And then when they were together health-wise, they were a middle-of-the-road Western Conference team.
Right. To answer your question, I would say that year in Brooklyn where he was,
the foot on the line
away from from beating Philadelphia, and I think they advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals.
That sounds
they win
right.
That? Yeah. With a good shot of making it to the NBA Finals. That was the last time Kevin Durant had an impact on a new team. He certainly did not have an impact on Golden State. Zero impact in Phoenix. And my guess is he will have an impact. Listen, I'm not saying that as a joke. I know people will laugh when I say he didn't have an impact on Golden State. Golden State was the best team in the history of the NBA before Kevin Durant got there. They won a championship before they got there. I mean, he was a luxury. He wasn't supposed to be there. Any other competitor in the history of sports would not have chosen Golden State. He did. I love KD. I do. I really like KD. Listen, this is my larger point with KD. He is one of those players that is so immensely talented, he didn't need to go chase rings in Golden State. Eventually, Kevin Durant would have won championships and been the reason his team won championships. Eventually. If he just stayed in Oklahoma City, eventually it would have happened. And so what you hear from me when I'm talking about Kevin Durant is not disrespect. I respect the hell out of that guy. I respect the hell out of his game. I love his game. We have never seen a guy with that kind of length be able to do the things that Kevin Durant does on a basketball court. My frustration is, like me, he took the easy path. And that's my frustration with Kevin Durant. Leave the easy path to people like me, okay? You are not a guy that takes the easy path, and you took it. And so this is not disrespect that I am, lobbying or sending Kevin Durant's way. This is me actually respecting a guy and being mad because he made a terrible decision. That's it. That's it. That's all it is. Have I cleared that up, Taylor?
I'm trying to follow all the strings that you just put there, but your general gist is that your bashing and discrediting of Kevin Durant is actually a tribute to his greatness and saying, you know what, he didn't actually need that.
He was too great to do what he did. Players who are that great, they don't go to a team that's already great and become the fifth guy there. They don't do that. Not what they do. Now, you might say, listen, he won a finals MVP. He did great. They would have won those titles with or without Kevin Durant. And you want to know who knows that? Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Steve Kerr. They all know it. They all know it. So yes, what I am doing is complimenting Kevin Durant.
By bashing him.
By bashing his decision-making.
Okay.
Not his game. His game is all-time great. Okay? His decision-making, lousy. Michael Jordan didn't chase rings. Kobe Bryant didn't chase rings. That's not what, and I consider him to be that type of talent, and that's what, Kevin Durant did the opposite of what those two guys did. Michael Jordan stayed put. That's what he did. Stayed in Chicago. He didn't join Detroit. Right, it's laughable. I think Jordan would do that. Taylor, how do you feel about I was watching something on the Today Show, and you now have the ability to rent out your pool to a bunch of strangers. So it's like Airbnb of pools. So we've arrived at a place where if you want to rent out your house to complete strangers, you could do that. Your car, okay? You can rent out your car, right? Like Airbnb style. And now it's your backyard and your pool area. So I am wondering, from this standpoint, if you had a pool, Taylor, if you owned a house, had a pool in your backyard, would you rent the pool out to a bunch of strangers to come over for the day and wreck your backyard?
If I'm trying to put myself in these shoes, and my thought is that if I had a backyard that was worth enough that people would want to rent it,
yeah,
I don't need the money that bad. Because
right, if you have a pool in your backyard, you're doing pretty well.
Yes.
Right. Yes.
So
I don't need some strangers' kids coming over shitting in my pool, man.
Yes. I don't love the communal pool either. Like I've been living in apartments, which I guess has a communal pool.
Right.
It's more of like not to brag, like a luxury type apartment where, it's not a town pool per se.
Right.
Like when I was going to
each apartment has its own pool.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
And the people going to those pools are people that are confined to living in the apartments.
Sure.
Have you seen the pool that they put in Central Park?
No.
Disaster.
Really?
Disaster.
Who thought that would go well? I mean, honestly.
They put a pool in Central Park, and they were like, "Look at these mock-ups. It's such a great idea. We're not going to charge anybody to go there." They open the pool, and it's just nothing but fights. It's nothing but dirty water.
Sure.
That pool has maybe this season left, and then they're gonna close
a summer.
Yeah,
really.
We're gonna see the in memoriam, the Central Park pool, like a year from now, and be like, "Wow, remember when Central Park had a pool? That was crazy."
That's such a bad idea, though. You have to regulate the pool. I mean, you can't just open a pool in Central Park and have it be a free for all. That is absolutely insane. And how about we just leave Central Park alone? How's that sound?
Or
they can do it just fine without a pool. Seriously. Well, we got skating rink there. Occasionally there's some concerts there. There's beautiful lawns. Play some softball. Have a hot dog. Watch a clown tie up a balloon. What? I mean, and that's what it is. I mean, there's an ice rink there in the winter. We don't need a pool in Central Park. No. I don't want to swim with a bunch of New Yorkers either. I just want a dirty dog. I want to smoke a dog walker. I mean, seriously, I just want a New York hot dog. This is what I go to the park for. I get a hot dog. I put on my headsets. I get a hot dog, little kraut, mustard, perhaps two, nice cold can of Sunkist, followed up by a nice cold can of Coke, and I get a blanket. I have the music on. It's Always the Dead. I sit down, 2 dog walkers, 2 hot dogs, and a couple of sodas, and that's what Central Park is all about. Put it on the poll. Is that what Central Park is all about? I need a pool, okay? It's a terrible idea. But would you I would not. So if I lived in a house, I used to, and it had a pool, I would not want to rent my pool out. I am wondering, Taylor, if you would rent somebody else's pool out. This seems like a bad idea, but by all accounts, it's going very, very well. The people who started this are doing very, very well. So it's got me thinking about something else that we'll get to in a second. But would you rent out someone else's pool? I don't want to spend time in somebody else's backyard unless I have the entire house, This
one I'm on the other side. Where
right.
if I could get to somebody's pool, I would rent somebody's pool. Okay. I don't want to rent my pool out, but if I could rent somebody's pool and like spend a day in like a luxury type house, luxury type backyard setting, maybe it's a college football Saturday. You give a little by saying like, hey, you're talking to the girlfriend, you're talking to the wife, hey, we're going to go to a pool, but this pool has, the TVs, it's decked out, state of the art, where yes, maybe you could do a Saturday at college football at a pool in a luxury. Like if I was at your house,
Yes.
Yeah, that would be a great spot for me to rent.
If you were at my house, I would charge you rent. I mean, just to hang out with me. I'd have to wait on Oakley though. I mean,
It's his house.
you're not bringing Oakley to my pool. I can tell you that. I would not rent out my pool. I would not rent somebody else's pool. Back in the day, it used to be called what you're wanting to do, what you're yearning to do, which is use someone else's backyard and pool. We used to call it pool hopping.
Well,
Unknowingly, we would just jump in people's pools like 1 a.m. and go from house to house. Because the cops, they were on our scent. And then I got arrested one night. I'm serious.
Really?
Not arrested. I didn't bring me in. Well, they put me in the back of the cop car. They drove me. It's the worst kind of shame. When you pull up to your house, you're still living at home with your parents, and your mom and dad think, because we had a gravel driveway, so you could hear the car pulling up, and mom and dad think that you're home finally at 3:30 in the morning, but it's a cop car, and you're in the back of it. What'd your son do? What'd my son do? My dad would ask. He was pool hopping. What does that mean? My dad would ask. He was jumping in other people's pools at 2 a.m. It's free, Taylor.
In terms of things that like your parents could get mad at you for, I feel like pool hopping is very far down the list. Where it's like, okay, a little slap on the wrist, maybe you're grounded for a night. You're just jumping in a pool.
You didn't get in a fight.
It's not drugs.
It's not drugs.
You didn't vandalize anything.
I think in the overall, the problem is it's the cop car that's driving up the driveway and dropping you off. And there's that couple of minutes there where your parents have actually no idea what it is that you've done. And then they talk to the cop and realize it's just pool hopping. And so I guess you're right. It wasn't cocaine. Taylor has a dilemma. We will get to that dilemma in just a second here. Taylor, I was thinking, what's next? If we're renting out our houses, if we're renting out our cars, if we're renting out our backyards and our pool area, which is a bad idea. It's a terrible idea. Okay. I'm glad the company's doing well, but something bad's going to happen. I mean, seriously. And by the way, here's the other thing. You bring your kids, your family, you bring them to the backyard. It's gorgeous. It's great. And the kids start asking questions. Mom, how about dad work harder? I mean, and how come we don't have one of these? I mean, you put your parents in a bad position.
You get a taste of the life.
You get a taste of the life, but then you have to leave. I mean, and what's dad doing? No, why isn't dad working this hard? Dad's working 15 fucking hours a day, kid. We can't afford a pool. I mean,
it's blue collar.
I'm telling you, this is a recipe for uncomfortable conversations. I want to stay. No, we have to go home. No, but I want to stay. We paid. No, we have to go home. But I'm thinking if we can rent out the pool, the backyard, the car, the house, what's next? I have an idea. Platforms.
Okay.
Let's rent out the ability to host this show. Let's be the first to do it, Taylor, before Barstool steals it. All right. And let's have. Do you think people would bid for the right to rent out my microphone for an hour or two? What do you think? And my feeds?
Definitely the feeds where it's like,
okay,
coming up next, Locked On Dolphins.
Yes, I love Locked On. Yes. Genius, that guy.
Anytime you come up with a fictitious podcast, it has to just be Locked On blank, right?
Right, of course. Right. Guy's cornered the market. I didn't think of that. Wait, so what are you saying that people... So if I said, listen, you can have my microphone and my feeds for a week, okay? I get it back after a week. You think people would pay me a good amount of money to sit here and do a show because it's a good opportunity for them, right? They can promote whatever the hell they want, okay? You get final edits. We have say on final edits because we don't want people getting us in trouble. But I think there's something here. You think people would do this, Taylor? Really? Because I'm telling you right now, if your answer is yes, we are arriving at a time where you will never see me again. I mean,
that's one of my worries. Right. My other worry is that you built the feed up so well to such a big platform that now if you're getting Buccaneers talk or Jaguars talk from local guys trying to
Locked on Bucks. I mean,
locked on Jags.
what's wrong with that?
Now it might get some people to be like, hey, this isn't what I subscribe to this feed for. So then it starts driving numbers down, and we kind of have to keep the numbers chugging along.
Right.
So we can get to the point where it's like, hey, this is worth this much.
Yes. Right.
But maybe like a Saturday Sunday spot where it's like, hey,
well, like that.
People are expecting Monday through Friday
Like
stew.
Yes.
Saturday and Sundays it gets rented out.
It's for Sal. Yes.
It's paid programming.
Right. Yes. It's brokered program. I am going to broker out these fucking feeds. I am telling you right now, Taylor, that is a genius idea. Saturdays and Sundays. All right. Oh my God, this is great. And nights.
Overnight.
At any time we're not using it. No, but I like that. We give them a little Saturday, Sunday show, right? We are on to something, Taylor.
I do like the Saturday, Sunday idea.
All right, 80-20 my way. But get on this, okay? All right. So you have a dilemma here. What's your sports dilemma?
So it's a long story, but my dilemma is based around the Yankees. I live and die with the Yankees, which got me thinking, when was the last time you live and died with a team? Because if you just ask me how my mood is, it's dependent on how the Yankees just did. So you just check the box score. If they won,
right,
great mood. If they lost, bad mood. And that was one of the first things we kind of connected on when I got to the Levitard show, where you would come up to me and be like, hey man, how you doing? I'm like, Anthony Volpe's batting 125 this past month and a half, not too well. Yeah. And you would call me a dork, but you would be like, hey, I used to be like that. So my first question before I get to the dilemma is, when was that time for you, and when did it stop for you?
The last time I cared about a team, I was living and dying with it, was the Knicks this year. So I think, right? Wow. When did that stop? Well, so what you're asking is a very specific question. When did I stop caring about regular season game 92 of 162?
Where it could completely ruin your night. I feel like the Jets still have that capability, though.
Well, the Jets can ruin a week for you. That's why football is it's so brutal, because the Jets lose, and they lose in just amazing ways, ways that no one has ever lost football games before. And you have to sit with it for fucking 7 days. It's unbelievable.
We should have my roommate Ian on.
Yeah.
If close your eyes and think of a typical WFAN caller, that's roommate Ian. Biggest Jets fan I know. And he goes into every Sunday incapable of thinking that the Jets could lose, which is a crazy thought for somebody who has been a Jets fan for, 20 plus years.
Right. For a fan of a team that has lost that much. Yes.
And if you asked him, do you love football? He would say no. He loves the Jets. Right. So like, if the Jets lose the 1 o'clock window, football's off until the next Jets game.
Oh, no. I love football. I hate the Jets. I mean,
he's the opposite.
Everything else is fantastic about it.
You remember
everything other than my team.
Yes. Roommate Ian was the one who watches all college football games, and he breaks down offensive tackles and offensive guards and centers because he wants the Jets to eventually draft him. And it's like, hey, was this guy an offensive lineman to have this kind of expertise? No. He just is watching, the TV copies and giving his opinions on Will Campbell at LSU.
Right. He's a dork. Get him on the show. So you're wondering, I'm trying to think. I would say back in the 80s, Taylor. And if you're asking for a definitive time of when I stopped caring about that stuff, listen, this business will do that to you. It will decrease your fandom in ways that you don't even recognize. It's weird, but I would say, I stopped caring about regular season game 92 of 162 when my kids were born. Like, you had to prioritize, You're going to stop caring about that stuff. I don't know, actually, with you. But there was a time where people would say, No, Stugotz is always going to care about this stuff. Dan would say Stugotz is always going to care about this stuff. And I am telling you, football's different because there's 17 games. Each game is so important. It is so precious. Baseball, Taylor, you need to arrive at a spot, especially with all the winning your team has done, your organization has done, the Yankees. You need to arrive at a spot where Volpe going 0 for 4 is not a big deal.
No,
you need
it's killing me. It's killing me.
I know, but
I've been on hold with WFAN for 2 hours asking why are we still starting Oswald Peraza? Gotta move on for him.
have you really?
Yes.
You're
Suarez.
on hold right now with a fan?
We need Suarez from the Diamondbacks. We need an upgrade at the third base position. It's killing us, that left side of the infield.
Do you hear Sal Licata say he's not giving up his spot to Craig Carton? Oh, now all of a sudden everyone's okay with someone wanting to take everyone's job. Carton's coming for all of you.
I
was the program director, though.
I got bad news for Sal Licata.
Yeah.
It's not up to you, Sal Licata. If Craig Carton wants that spot, it's Craig Carton's spot.
Put it on the poll. Should Craig and Sal fight to the death?
But my dilemma, this gets me back to the dilemma.
Can you imagine the dilemma had I taken the program director's job at WFAN? Because I wouldn't want to hire Carton back. I want to put myself in that spot. And that was the problem. Anyway, go ahead.
I would be killing overnights right now.
Oh, God, I'd be crushing every single second that they had some other national show on, which they don't have. I would take all those hours. I mean,
so my dilemma is this Yankees team, they can't get in a rhythm this season. Like, they win 2 games, they lose 4. The Blue Jays have kind of stormed back, taken the AL East from them. The Yankees are like 11-17 against AL East teams this year. Aaron Boone's going on John Boy Media, basically fighting with those guys every week about the problems with this team. And while this is happening, while I'm watching this Yankees team and being so despondent with this Yankee team, I have you texting me saying, hey, I know you're connected to Aaron Boone. Let's get Aaron Boone on the podcast.
yeah, get him on. Right.
The problem is, I don't think I have the stomach to talk to Aaron Boone right now. To where
Get out of here.
they're losing.
Listen to me right now.
They're playing such bad baseball at times where it's like, what do I have to say to Aaron Boone right now?
Listen, I know Oakley's the boss, okay? But you have to get Taylor. This is not a way to produce a show. If I asked you to get the manager of the Yankees on because you have his phone number and Adnan is friends with him, and I just want to talk to him about how many times Adnan has reached out to get him and his family tickets, then you have to do it. I don't care how poorly the Yankees are playing. I don't care what kind of job you think Aaron Boone is doing. You have to drop everything you're doing and your feelings and your emotions and go get me Aaron Boone. Like, I'm serious.
It's less
Do your
emotion.
job.
It's less emotions and being like, hey, Booney, I know you just got swept this weekend. Can you come on for 10 minutes and talk to us today?
Right.
He's not going to say yes to that.
Well, no, timing is everything. I did
Yes.
ask you to get Boone on off of a 6-game losing streak, I think. I didn't want to talk about the losing streak, though. Just how many times Adnan has embarrassed himself by asking Aaron Boone for tickets. That's all.
The Red Sox are like pushing us into a locker. The Blue Jays are sweeping us off the field. And you're like, hey, let's talk some tickets with Aaron Boone. I'm like, this is not going to
Get his mind off baseball.
I probably have 1 or 2 shots with whatever this next text is to Aaron Boone. You can't use it during a losing streak. It's kind of where I'm almost thinking like, hey, maybe I get in now with Aaron Boone and being like, hey, Yankees won last night. Let's go, Booney. Let's go. This is the streak that gets the boys going. Like, maybe I send an encouraging text before the win streak, and then if they do go on a win streak, it'd be like, hey, remember when Taylor was being like, hey, keep the boys.
So you think what
going.
Aaron Boone wants is some sort of text from you, like a text of encouragement, huh?
He's not the most popular guy in New York right now. That's why I think it would be nice to kind of show my support. The problem is I don't know if that support is genuine.
It's not.